Hi, today I'm going to walk you through some problems I had with a Lennox G12 furnace. I saw things on the G8 and the newer ones, but on the G12 I didn't see very much. So here we go. The first problem was my pilot light kept going out and the burners were very dirty. So I vacuumed out, cleaned the burners, make sure there's not anything sitting up on top of the burners. Some people recommend blowing them out. Make sure the top of your burners are clean. You don't want a bunch of garbage on there from last year. You don't especially want any spider webs, dust, things like that. So the problem I was having was the pilot light kept going out. So I made an assumption that it was probably the thermocoupling. But when I put the new thermocoupling in, the pilot light still kept going out. So, what was the problem? As you can see right here, the thermocoupling is in the flame, covered by the flame. Maybe you can see that. Hope so. It was covered by the flame. It's covered by the flame now, but it wasn't before. And so it wasn't getting hot enough to keep the gas flowing. That was the problem. I racked my brain for hours trying to figure that thing out. Put in the new one, it still did the same thing. Hopefully that'll help you out. Anyway, as you walk through this thing, when it kicks on, if you want to adjust your burners, if you're getting too much yellow, you can tilt these back and forth to adjust your flame. I've got these pretty much set. This one's loose, so I can show you how they move. And you just adjust them right or left, and that takes the amount of yellow you have on the flame. It's pretty simple. It's got a temperature thermostat adjust for your fan motor. Clicks on and off. I've got mine set at 85. I may adjust it a little higher, a little lower, depending on how it functions. It seems to be doing pretty well. So when it kicks on, look at that beautiful flame. And like I said, the thermostat kicks on up here. Whenever it reaches a certain temperature, the fan motor kicks on, it starts blowing through the whole house. That's a beautiful thing. All these thermocouplings seem to be universal on these older ones. The newer hot water heaters and furnaces with the electronic igniters, they have many thermocouplings, smaller ones I believe, but the older ones are all pretty much universal. If you have one, a longer one off another furnace or hot water heater that works and it's too long, you can just coil up the excess. There goes the fan. Still looking beautiful. Alright. Well, I can now put this cover back on. Goes up right here. 2 screws hold that in place. I may do another video just to show you guys how to light it. These screws go right there. right there. That holds that cover back on. And this cover just sets back up in there. Hooks in like this. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Again, this is a G12 Lennox furnace. Thanks. Y'all be blessed.